Here, let's just start it. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Democracy Mao. Did you know that was
Why
the name
is
of
there a swastika? Oh, no, that's a Wikipedia entry.
That's the Falun Gong
Okay,
symbol.
I'm not even joking. That's a, like, it
That's
is.
a swastika.
I wasn't like, it's a swastika, but swastika came up, so I thought.
It came up because it's my background.
Why do you have a picture of my tattoo?
Democracy Mao is a podcast that happens to be Asian, and I'm your host, Wilfred Padua. Over there, on the other side of the couch, we keep him as far away from me as possible, Garri Madeira. And today's our first guest. Yeah.
Oh, I'm your first one.
You're our first guest, all the way from the Mexican border, Peter Wong.
Are you saying that because I'm a immigrant?
Because you're Chinese.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Did you hear about there's thousands of Chinese people coming in through the Mexican border?
No. And
I've been through those documents that got exposed today.
What, the Epstein list? Yeah, they were all on the Epstein.
They were all on
I mean, I know I'm on the Epstein list.
Yeah.
But I didn't know China. I've been following
There was a 60 Minutes thing on it.
Really? I've been following the Mexican border crisis too, because it's so interesting.
What's going on in your feed?
I guess from what I know of it is that there's been a crazy influx of migrants, more so than ever.
Yeah.
Even with the wall and all that coming in, a lot from Venezuela because there's an insanely
their shit is so violent.
Yeah.
Like, did you see those videos of there was a gang that came in, or some like cartel that came into the Congress and just took over?
No.
Like it was a bank robbery.
That's insane.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Isn't it insane like how strong like gangs and cartel members are in like
Latin America?
In Latin America, where like in my head forever it was like a cartel guy was like he's holding a rifle, he's like in a jungle or something.
Yeah.
But apparently they're like so powerful. They take over government.
Yeah, that's
It's crazy.
that is I think most of the issue with Mexico and Latin America. A lot of issues with in Asia too.
What? Cartel or
Not
like
cartel. They're not cartels, but they're gangs. What is it called? What is the Chinese one called? Triads.
Really? It's that big?
And the Japanese one.
You know for a fact it's like
Yakuza.
that big.
Yakuza's actually gone down.
Can you imagine if the Crips influenced the White House?
Well, there are versions of they're probably white versions of Crips. They're called lobbyists.
Lobbyists, yeah.
Are we getting political now?
Yeah, baby.
Slightly political, yeah.
It's Democracy Mao.
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't know what I was walking into.
Welcome. Wait, what were we gonna say? Garri.
Me? Oh, I feel like the mafia that like they had their influence on. In
with what's his face,
John
Jimmy
Gotti?
Hoffa.
Jimmy Hoffa.
Like there's just if you have a lot of money, you're gonna have political power.
Yeah, but I don't think that. And maybe this is naive, but I don't think the mafia or any gangs in America are anywhere close to taking over the government to the point where the corruption is felt in such a like national level.
I think whatever it is that's behind the politicians right now, it's just not as overt as the cartel. It's not as obvious to the public.
They're more bold in Latin America.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here.
Oh,
Politicians are just puppets. I hate whenever I get a little opinion-y on any platform, but I think that the politicians are just puppets and following money.
I think they are, but I think I don't know. To me, I don't think that. I don't think America's like to that level. Like I'm sure that there's corruption across the board, everywhere, but I feel like it's different here. I don't know why.
I think I get what you're saying because like there is like the cartel is obviously like an obvious illegal situation that is in charge.
Yes, that like has been they're so powerful that that they I guess they don't even need to hide that they've taken over everything.
Where I think here it's like
I don't think anything is as powerful as the cartel is in Latin America.
I would have said like Dick Cheney and whatever the hell. What was his company that he ran?
Halliburton.
Yeah.
Halliburton.
Man, you were so good. Yeah. Gary, you're on today.
Is it
I appreciate it.
Halliburton makes jackets, right?
They're a huge company.
No, you're thinking of Burton.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the like snow gear or something.
Oh, yeah. That's not the same thing?
No.
Halliburton makes weapons.
Yeah. I think...
Imagine if...
Like, they're the first company in, like, whenever there's, like, the U.S., like, storms something, like, I feel like in the Middle East, like, they were the first company in, like, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Like, in the Iraqi wars. And they're like, hey, we're here and we're going to, set up infrastructure.
Did you ever see Vice?
No. With Christian Bale, right?
Yeah, it's an okay movie. I
didn't watch it. I heard it was.
I feel like I'm sick of Adam McKay, a little bit.
He's the guy with that did The Big Short.
Yeah. Big Short, I loved it.
Yes, it's incredible.
But
now there's a lot of like his directorisms where it's like he's moving shaky camera, handheld, zoom in on this part, and they're talking still, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Is Vice like that?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I just Vice. It follows. It's about Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney like becomes the head of Halliburton, and then they like at the same time like they start the Iraq War, which Iraq, I think. I don't know. I just saw like a YouTube video where a lady got pissed about a guy saying Iraq.
Oh, it's Iraq. Oh,
Iraq.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's not like they're listening.
No.
And so he started the Iraq War so that he had customers that could buy weapons from his company.
Uh-huh.
And there was no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, even though that was the claim. So yeah, anyways, we haven't talked about a single Asian thing. But Garri, what's going on with you?
Oh, right now? Yeah. I'm hoping last week's episode helps my field profile.
Really?
Oh, you made a field profile.
Yeah. Well, I had one before, and then we mentioned it, and then he clipped it up.
Did you get
it was a very funny clip.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I'm getting good at this clipping.
Yeah.
I'll show you what I'm releasing tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
It's good stuff.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it.
Make a clip right now.
It's really just in the editing. So somehow because earlier you laughed.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll put that laugh in.
To something else?
Yeah. Because we probably won't make you laugh.
I'll be say something sad later. Hey, my father's sick.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I did this week was I went to this new Filipino restaurant called Knox in East Village. And I thought it was fine.
It was just okay.
Yeah.
Wait, is that where the old jeepney spot was? Did you ever eat at Jeepney?
I did not.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's where that is.
I think Jeepney was further down.
Was it? Okay.
Weren't you talking about your fields? What about?
Oh, the field app. Yeah, we gotta just went over. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see how well that works.
Have you gotten any hits on it yet?
No, I haven't gotten any hits. Yeah.
Oh, but I thought there was some initial interest.
There was, but it didn't. She didn't respond.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
that's like the.
Can I see what your field looks
you
like?
Know what?
I don't know what field.
I don't have
like.
a bio in there, so maybe we could come up with a.
You
bio.
gotta have a bio.
You gotta have a bio.
We gotta have a bio
for anything. There's no way.
Are you not? Don't you list your kinks or anything?
Yeah, that's all there. That's definitely all.
Oh, what are your kinks?
Missionary.
Christian. Kissing. Deep smooches.
Hold my hand.
Intense handhold.
Let's watch a movie together and get to know each other. Here, do you want me to just hand it over?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, let us.
There you go. Here, and I changed the photo. Here you go. Just take a look.
Okay, you
These
wrote.
Are some silly photos. I have no bio right now.
I like sucking cum off toes. Wow. Okay.
That's
my own cum.
That's your entire bio.
Dude, that would be a sick bio.
You gotta have a bio for any dating app. Right?
Dude, I'm not on the app.
Why do you have a childhood picture on Fields, man? That's
no,
not right.
That's not how that works. How
Can
does
you
this...
make these bigger?
There you go.
Oh man, you look like a fucking serial killer.
Does that not look good?
I gotta be honest, man.
You look like you're gonna murder.
Do I gotta show?
Oh,
I don't know if that's a
Yeah.
good first one, man.
that's not a good first
Yeah,
one.
we'll get that one out
Dude,
of
I
there.
love that sweater though.
Don't you gotta show you
So
that you're
what?
outgoing? That's better.
That's way better.
That's
Way
better. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fun.
This is crazy, man.
Is that dorky?
Yeah.
When I posed, I was like, this is kind of dorky, but I like the Pistons in the background. And then hosting. Yeah.
Okay.
Secret Sauce Comedy.
Why are you?
NYC.
Why do you? Did you just screen cap your
I
stories?
screen, yeah. Tim, I think that's from McLaughlin.
Show us.
You don't.
Well, they're not gonna swipe right or whatever the fuck you do. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to do a revamp for this.
Yeah.
This is good.
That's better.
This is really
That's
good.
right, way
Yeah.
better.
That should
Colorful.
be
Shows
probably
your
your
fun.
first.
That should be the first one? Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's me.
I- get that one out.
I don't
You
like
out?
this
No?
one.
Oh, okay.
Because this is what we were talking about last week. Your pictures should just be you being hot,
Oh, all right.
and then if you want
But
to
that's
show,
kind of abstract to say. Like you wouldn't know that talking on a microphone on stage, wherever that is necessarily hot. But just something about it shows that you're fun, that you're
it shows that he's
adventurous.
he has some character to him. There's some boldness to him.
Yeah.
A little bit of bravery.
Uh huh.
I wanna
Yeah.
take that kid
Well,
photo.
that first pic shows a lot of bravery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Too much bravery
Yeah.
on that one.
I'm so bold, I'll follow you home.
I didn't realize it was like that's. My eyes look creepy in this. Yeah. All right.
Gary, we're gonna have to get like professional photos taken of you.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah. I'm
We're gonna-
reading a
Your
photo right
entire
now.
field profile is gonna be like a J.C. Penney Christmas.
It's gonna be
Shoot.
so wholesome.
There we go.
That would be
Like
awesome.
a scarf.
That would be a
around.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
That
I
would
got
be
scars.
hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
So, what are your?
Oh, what
Are you looking
yeah.
for something kinky there, or just for sex?
No, it was just like Hinge. You know, you've heard so much about all these other apps, and I'm just like, wait.
I like Hinge.
You like Hinge?
I thought it was pretty good.
I've never been on the apps, to be honest with you.
I think Hinge is more
Sophisticated.
sophisticated and Asian friendly.
Oh.
And I say that because it makes people have to slow down and go through a profile as opposed to just left, right, left, right.
And that's Asian friendly.
I think so because I don't think people are attracted to our faces.
They're attracted to our personalities.
Yeah, I think at least us three, or at least us two, are
Oh Jesus!
are full of personality.
So they like my face, is what you're saying? They're attracted to your personality.
I think
my face.
I think they just feel bad for you, Gary.
Oh man. No.
Is they're like, I got to beat this guy off before he kills a woman.
Yeah. Oh man. No.
Are you, so you're not looking for love. You're looking for something.
Yeah, I'm looking
Quick.
for here are my whatever
Your
words. Yeah. Well, that's actually one of them. But it's casual dates, exploration,
Ooh,
fun.
exploring your body.
Yes. Parties.
How far would you go exploring wise?
I don't know.
One
I'm
knuckle?
game for anything right now.
One knuckle.
One knuckle.
Two knuckles.
Would
Two
you?
knuckles.
Would you? I don't know, have you had your ass played with?
I've had a finger.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
that's it. Yeah.
How do you like it?
It was. It
I'm
was
already
okay.
seeing myself clipping this up.
No, I don't. Oh man, yeah. There was in the back of my head. I'm like, this might be the clip. Yeah, I was like, oh.
Have you had your
I'm
ass
like,
played
okay.
with? No, I haven't. I think one day I will.
I've had like the rim tickled.
And what do you think?
Loved it.
You loved it.
Yes,
I hear
it
like
was
if
exciting.
if you like it, you really like it.
Yeah,
And that's why I want to try it.
I've also thought. So like, when I jerk off, my butt gets real sweaty,
Okay.
like crazy sweaty, and I think it's because my body's like, my ass is salivating.
It's like, hey, there's all this stuff
like-
going on in the front. This might need to take place in the back.
Yeah, it's
It
like don't
wants
forget
some
about me.
attention. So it sounds like in your horizon, there's probably
Some ass play.
some ass play.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm afraid. I'm a little scared
Why?
because it's
What is going on?
You sounded so serious when you said it. It was like, but why? And the look on your face, like it conveyed, like I was like, oh my gosh, like this is pretty serious, and I couldn't hold it.
I think it's natural to be afraid of that.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Because of the fear of like pain.
Yeah, because I had a doctor give me a rectal exam when I was 8.
What?
Yeah.
8? Why?
I think I had stomach problems, and she didn't tell me it was going to happen. And then
She tried to get to your stomach through your ass.
I mean, there was
a new technique.
medically relevant reason she had to do it. And I remember they didn't warn me, but she told me to take off everything and lay on the thing, and then told my mom to hold my ankles. And then
this is scaring me right now.
yeah, and then she did the rectal exam, and I was kicking and screaming and crying, just bawling.
Oh yeah.
And then it hurt. It didn't hurt, but it was incredibly weird. And she pulled her finger out, and then it hurt, and just I felt really awful.
It's not funny.
It's a little. It's awful that happened to you at 8, but thank you for telling us now.
This is the hardest you've ever laughed at anything I've said.
We spent hours in cars. And you never made me laugh like that.
And I told you
That you felt.
a tough day.
You said. Well, it's like the pain was spiritual.
Yeah, like it wasn't physical pain, but it was truly. I felt so betrayed, and
Really?
I felt really violated. At
Really?
the time. And then they had to do it again next week.
They came back for more. That's horrible, dude.
And so that made me feel like
Do you consider yourself molested?
no, because it was for like
Medical reasons.
medical reasons. That's what they told me, at least. I remember my mom was laughing. Oh, no. The whole time.
Wait, the second time, did she hold your ankles down again?
Or
Or did you
no, the
already know it
second
was
time
coming?
they told, like, hey, we got to do it again. And I remember
Were
crying,
you
but I did it again.
on your stomach?
I was laying on my back.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh.
Yeah, and then they held my ankles up high. Or my mom did.
That's weird.
I don't know if there's a non-weird way to do this.
I think it's less. It feels less invasive and less like personal if you're bending over.
Yeah. Because
No.
at least you know.
There's no position where
You have to make eye contact with your doctor.
No, I remember just staring
legs
at.
up.
I was at the I wasn't staring, but seeing the ceiling
Yeah.
and screaming.
Oh, you're like disassociating.
I'm disassociating right now, dude. We're all reliving this with Peter. This is horrible, man.
It wasn't traumatizing or anything, but I did hate it a lot.
Yeah.
It was unbelievably terrible. But that I won't try a finger up there anytime soon. But
It just tickle the rim.
with her tongue or with like her finger.
Start with a finger.
I think I would rather a tongue than a finger.
The only thing about a tongue is that I don't know what how well kept I am back there.
But you would take care of that before she would do that.
Yeah, but I don't. But
Need
it's
some
all
wipes.
supposed to be spontaneous and surprising.
Okay.
Do you schedule a rim job?
No, but
I think in this day and age.
sex is to some level spontaneous, and so, but you maintain some level of hygiene down there, right?
Yeah.
So,
But I don't trim my ass.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
have a hairy
of all people.
You've spent many hours in a car before.
Yeah.
You're familiar
Yeah, I
with each
guess you're
other's
right.
buttholes.
I guess you don't know, but I know that. Okay, my friend told me that the first time his girlfriend did it, she surprised him. But first, she brought wet wipes.
Oh, okay.
And she had him hold his legs, and he like cleaned his ass, threw them away, and then ate his ass out. After that.
Okay. And he was
So
into
that-
it?
He said it was pretty good.
Okay, cool.
I don't hear a lot of complaints from guys that have had it done to them. I think it's like
we're supposed to.
we're supposed to complain or supposed to like it.
We're supposed to like it. I think our
I think so.
prostates are just like wants to eat that up.
Yeah, I know, but
They
I'm
get
so
that deep?
I'm too scared. No, they won't. They won't lick your
That's-
prostate.
Yeah.
I don't know where your prostate is.
You haven't
It's
had the
inside.
prostate exam yet?
My thought is that it's on the right
Have
on
you?
Yeah.
And how'd that feel?
My doctor was he was cool. he prepared me well. And then a little side note, my mom also suggested this doctor. Like, she's a nurse. She knew like all the doctors like in the area. She's like, oh yeah, go to
Filipino doctor.
No.
Your mom was just like, he's good with his fingers.
He's good with his fingers. He'll be gentle. He's gonna give you this exam.
So he gives you a prostate exam.
Your dad's like, don't go to that doctor.
No, go to my doctor. He's better. It's really.
I fucking hate that
guy.
So you went there and you asked for this. Now,
well, I didn't ask for the prostate exam.
He's
Wait, you
older.
said
He's way older than we are.
Yeah.
Oh, so they suggested it.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're
it's
like,
about
hey,
time.
this is the time. Yeah, we need to do this. And I was
Because you
like,
got to do it
oh.
at like 40.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so when that
You have to.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
so.
Yeah. It should be earlier than I think though. Like nowadays.
I was told 40.
You were told 40? Okay.
I think they looked at my body and they're like, "This is perfect.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way that there's a prostate
You're not
issue."
40.
I'm 37.
You're getting close.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not at the age where they would check it anyways.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to do a bit, Peter.
I will fact check all bits all day. I just want you to know that.
One's relating to prostates.
So they suggested, hey, you should get this exam.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, this is cool.
So they do it. You bend over.
I bend over.
Does it feel good?
It felt, yeah, it kind of like it wasn't painful because he's like, here. He also like handed me a napkin.
He handed you a napkin?
He was like, here, you might.
I don't. Anytime someone calls something gay, I can't let it fall on deaf ears. I have to make sure that it's supported.
Okay.
And so, yeah, he's like, here, put this. Yeah, you might want to cover
What was the
up.
napkin for?
Just in case,
Or
like,
just in case
to-
you came.
to buy
yeah,
up.
it's just like, hey, yeah.
He has your napkin in a leather belt to buy.
In case you want to blow your nose.
Yeah.
So one finger.
2.
Oh my
2, whoa.
god.
Yeah. I was like, all right.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. And the funny thing was,
I don't want to do this, dude. I don't want to be 40.
yeah, it was 2. Yeah. And the thing was, like the year before it happened, he was like, yeah, and don't worry, next year we're gonna consummate our relationship. Like he made a
said
joke
that?
of it. Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. And he was
that guy's
yeah.
solid.
I don't know if I should mention the doctor's name, but he is. I would
recommend
recommend him. Yeah, if you need I would tell you, hey, go get your prostate exam
And
in
okay.
Michigan, in Detroit,
Oh.
Michigan.
Oh, I got to go to Michigan.
yeah.
Did you get any pleasure from it?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't get any pleasure from it, but it wasn't unpleasant. It was just like, all right, this is like
Really? There wasn't like, I hate this even for a second?
no, because like in my mind, I'm like, oh, this is just like it's a health
think
thing. It's health related.
Is in your mind, are you like, this is gay?
No. In my mind, I'm like, if it's so uncomfortable. Like, all I remember is that happening to me and how I hated it.
It was
like how-
violating. They kind of violated you.
Yeah, but it also didn't feel, even if I try to separate the fact that it was a surprise, it didn't feel
It was a surprise.
the first time, yeah.
Your
First time-
mom, she's just like hold his legs up, and then she shoved her finger in your ass, not telling
They
you.
did not tell me.
That's-
That is.
I had to stop laughing at your sexual assault.
They should have prepared you in some way. They should have there should have been some verbal communication.
They may have known that, like, had they told me, I would not have done it. So then I think they
Sure,
wanted to
yeah,
just get ahead of that.
Yeah. It's like when you give a baby a shot. You just get right in there.
Yeah, I guess so. I was crying too. Yeah, man. So yeah, that's. So I don't know. Maybe it's reframing. No, but like when I watch like porn and it's like anal, like sometimes the girl's in a lot of pain.
It looks awful sometimes.
Yeah.
Like anal porn also doesn't do it for me.
It does. It does for me.
It did for a second, and then I had sex with this girl, and we did all of the things that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it included butt stuff and and
That's awesome. Man.
whatever.
Congratulations.
And afterwards, I was like, that was kind of gross. Like, I kind of don't want to do. I
Well,
kind
that
of
is
want to
true.
have
The
normal
stuff-
Christian sex.
The stuff stuff in like real life is so much different. Like there is a lot of grossness to real sex versus
Yeah.
like on
Oh,
porn.
yeah.
They really clean it up on porn.
Yeah.
But in porn, there's when
There's no smells on porn.
no smell. Yeah, there's no weird awkward process.
There's no pauses. There's no awkward pauses. I feel like
Yeah.
there's a lot of awkward pauses in real
Yes.
sex.
But when a girl hates it in porn, I like that a lot. I know how that sounds, but you can't control what you like.
I completely understand. Well, I think for me it was like I was into like not the pain, but the like, ooh, I can't believe I'm doing this
That's
type of thing.
cool too. Yeah.
And then I had sex with this girl and did all the things, and I was just like, let's just go back to normal stuff.
Did she suggest the butt stuff?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were like sexting, and then she suggested butt stuff. She also told me she was a squirter.
That's awesome, man.
You have
Yeah.
something to
And
it,
was
yeah.
she?
Yes.
That's awesome, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations, dude.
Did you have to like do something specific to get her to squirt?
Punch her.
Squirting blood from her nose.
no, yeah.
Yeah. She didn't tell me where she squirted from.
You had to figure that one out for yourself. Oh man.
No, it's just normal sex.
Wow, normal sex got her squirting.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool, man.
Yeah. This has gotten a lot dirtier than I thought it was gonna go.
It started with Fields, man. That's
Yeah, I
what
know.
you know.
Yeah, that was the tone.
Gary,
Alright.
you can't set the tone for us anymore.
Sorry.
We're learning. We're learning.
Alright, what do we do? Was it Mao Zedong and
No. We go through like Reddit threads,
Yeah.
and we figure out what Asians are having issues with.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
this is one that came up.
I want
A
to bring
couple
something up
weeks
later,
ago.
but yeah, go ahead.
Do you want to do it now?
No, I want to bring something I want to talk about later, but I want to
Okay.
do this first.
This one, it's this girl who explains why she doesn't date Asian men.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
And
Oh.
as you can
Are
see,
you paying attention?
Yeah, well, I was looking up
You
some
on
articles that I
Fields?
sent him. No. I was looking up some articles that
this
I
is
sent
why Peter, you and I should have done this podcast.
He's like changing his profile now.
Because fucking Jeff was trying to sell a dishwasher on,
him.
on the app.
He spent like
I'm like,
10 minutes. Like, here, do you want this?
Yeah, while we were recording, he was selling a dishwasher.
That's so rude.
So this is the girl.
Do I play?
I mean, I could play if you want, but
Like 70% of the time, whenever I see discourse on Asian women dating non-Asian men, within the Asian American community, a lot of the times it's Asian men up in arms about it, and they're like, "Oh, Asian girls say that they won't do this because we remind them too much of their fathers and brothers. What do we look? Do we all look alike to you? That's internalized racism." And like, here's the thing: I can't speak for every Asian American woman who doesn't particularly want to date an Asian man, but for me personally, no, it's not the way you look. It's the way you behave. It's the way you act, including the way you're acting.
also we do all kind of look alike. I'll give her that.
I'll give her that, but I do believe she's speaking a bit of tough medicine right now. Some hard pill to swallow.
Yeah. I mean, she's getting to a deeper point, but we do. There have been girls that I've been like, you look too much like family.
That's never. I don't think that's ever happened.
You know, one time.
Never dated your family members?
Oh, I went on a date on a girl that I literally in the middle of a date I saw like a spitting image of my mother, and then I came.
Yeah.
She's like,
You're
what's
just
that
a
look on your
bitter-
face. What's that look on your face, Peter? This game.
All right, let's go. Keep going.
Right now, responding to this video, I was raised with an older brother, and so I'm very, very cognizant of the fact that I was raised differently than he was because I am a woman. All right, and don't you fucking try and tell me that Asian culture has no influence on that. It's not because we're Asian, because fucking Confucianism 100% still affects my family dynamic, okay? And so I'm not going to willingly, knowingly invite someone into my life that I think has had the same upbringing to think about women the way my brother and father were without having broken that cycle.
Okay. It's hard to listen to the part where she gets. She starts off really articulate, and then it ends really almost
Frantic.
emotional and almost really personal.
Yeah.
And I don't. That's where she kind of loses me. But I think I think I buy parts of what she's saying.
I believe what she's saying.
Yeah.
I believe that what she's saying is true to her. I also believe that what she's saying is very close-minded. Because Confucianism, first of all, if we're going to talk about...
Yeah, that part was ridiculous. The Confucianism stuff, I don't know why she talked about it.
So I actually looked it up and was going through... I was down a Confucius rabbit hole for a little bit. And the idea of Confucianism is... a part of it is that you have a role in society and you fulfill that role to the best of your ability. So if you're a woman, you fulfill the role that a woman plays in the household. If you're like a delegate, you have to be a delegate. If you're a pauper, you are the best pauper in the city or whatever.
Pauper?
Pauper.
Oh,
pauper.
popper. Okay.
I thought you meant like
Pills. Or lock and pop. Pop and lock. You're a break dancer.
Confucius says if you pop and lock, you
Yeah.
better do the best you can.
Yeah, Confucius 2, Electric Boogaloo. So that is like, I guess maybe that has trickled down through Chinese families still. I don't know. Is it, you're the Chinese one here.
Oh, so that's why we played the video.
No, that's why you're here, is because we had the video.
We need the Confucius perspective. Confucius perspective.
In my family, my mom is the brains and the breadwinner, the harder worker. It's weird because in the and I know the bare minimum about this stuff, so don't like quote me or fact check me on this, but the Cultural Revolution and Mao Zedong and all those things, they're actually very sexless. Like women and men played very similar roles. They both went out.
Yeah,
and
they both
worked.
Oh. That's actually from the one child policy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was something with. We did a known zone episode on the one child policy. It was something about how like in the one child policy, the issue was that there were too many people.
Yeah.
So you had to have less kids, and everyone had to work to like build up the industry and economy.
Yeah.
So women they held jobs. Mao's like wife was like a very powerful woman.
Yeah.
Even though she was technically not a part of his Communist Party.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that I don't know. I think there is a part of me that like maybe she does believe this, but I don't think that her argument holds a lot of ground because first of all, my family is all Catholic, so Confucianism isn't a part of what we do at all.
Yeah, I almost wonder if she's talking about just Chinese men, and
I
even
guess
then,
so.
it's like a subsect of that. But yeah, the whole women from what I know in my family, all the women work just as hard, if not harder, than the men.
My mom does not work as hard as my dad, and my dad definitely takes care of my mom. And I think that there was an expectation for like my mom. I remember my mom teaching my sister the role of a woman and like trying to like teach her how to cook and shit like that.
Yeah. And did it take?
I don't know. I have not I've
Followed
never
up.
had any food with her.
Okay.
You've never had your sister's cooking?
Yeah.
No.
What the hell?
I haven't seen my sister in like 4 years.
Whoa. You guys
Oh.
aren't close?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm not close with. I'm close with two of my brothers, and getting closer with my parents.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
But yeah, with my, I have 3 brothers and a sister, so one brother and one sister. Not that close with.
Okay.
Oh. Like I feel like my sister is kind of. She's different than my mom, just because like she's second generation. So, but like she's still like my mom. Both my parents had jobs, and like my mom was a nurse. My dad worked for the state of Michigan, and like my mom, I think she worked equally as hard as my dad, but she also just made more money just because of the position that she was in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I do feel like my sister's evolved, or like whatever her role is as a Filipino woman, like it's evolved. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, it sounds like this lady
So
grew up in
sheltered,
like conservative.
Yeah, where women were supposed to be
traditional
whatever.
family.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing: is I think here's where people mess up, is that when they have these preferences, like racial preferences, they get all bogged down on trying to academialize their explanation.
Yeah.
When all you need to say is, I don't fucking like Asian men.
Yeah.
Because they're ugly to me. And then literally people, oh, okay, that's it. But when you try to give some like smart.
But she wouldn't have gotten so many TikTok clicks and comments if she
I don't
just
know.
said,
That'd be pretty hilarious. I'd fucking.
That would be pretty funny.
I'd fucking share that.
Oh man.
But I see your point. She's doing this thing. It's supposed to be this essay of some sort. But I do think that there's a period of like there's a lot of angry Asian American men
Yes.
about where
We're
they're
gonna
like,
get to it in just a little bit.
should I am I burying
No, go for it.
where and I had a 3-hour discussion with this like Asian American comic about this where the inability to date women, not just Asian women, but pretty much all women,
Yeah.
somehow stems from a societal kind of a wall, and I think that allows these angry Asian men then get to alleviate responsibility on kind of any work on themselves,
Yeah.
instead of just being like, well, let me figure out how to be really confident and kind of overcome.
This is actually what I was
whatever it
talking about. I was talking about this in therapy, and I think it is generational because I think there's a part of this younger generation where because there's so much knowledge and information that's at their fingers, they can curate what kind of world they live in.
Yeah.
Where we grew up Asians before the internet,
Yeah.
or before this like boom in the internet, where the internet back then was just like Tub Girl and Eel Soup and shit. But we grew up before that, so we had, as Asians, had to learn to adjust, and that I think that made us stronger people, because I went through so many hardships in life, and I think that that's just a thing that keeps me growing as a person.
Like you learned how to adapt in a way.
Learned how to adapt, I think, and like going through.
So you're saying
struggle.
your generation of Asian American is stronger than the generation before?
The generation after.
The generation after. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm comparing myself because I'm 37, and
I'm
lumping
45.
I'm lumping you in with my generation.
Wait,
You're
how old are you?
32?
Peter?
33.
33.
Okay, yeah. So
I think like if you were 23, which a lot of this Asian masculinity thread on Reddit,
is younger dude.
it's younger dudes who are like
Yeah.
in their early 20s.
And it's yeah, it is. It tends to be younger guys. But there was a fair amount during my generation too, where it's kind of I used to do the pickup forums and
Yeah.
like watch that stuff. And it was
On
just-
Reddit?
before Reddit. It was like other places, I don't even know the names of them anymore, but
Oh, okay.
chat rooms? Is it or no? Not a chat.
they were
room.
forums. It was like
Forums. Okay.
but and then there would be there here and there go, as an Asian American, how do I get into seduction and stuff? There's this kind of feeling of like you're in the back.
I do understand that.
I understand it too. I do, but I think what the distinction I'm making is there's an understanding that there's a bit of a disadvantage. Then there's this other area where it seems to be an insurmountable obstacle.
Yes,
You
and
being
which
an
I
American.
think is the issue.
I think is a huge issue.
Yeah. Garri, you were
I never had. There might have been the obstacle, but I never knew of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just, hey, I have to. I kind of touched on it in the last episode where I was like, hey, I went to an all-boys Catholic school, so it forced me to talk to women.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, oh, okay, this is something I have to build up courage to do. And I just did it. And
Yeah.
because I didn't have any of that, I never saw it online. I never, there wasn't some, older Asian guy, oh, you're going to have difficulty, dating
Yeah, if anything,
women.
that's discouraging for,
Yeah.
for
if
the
I,
young
if,
Asian
if I
guy.
knew that beforehand, I was just like, oh, that would discourage me.
Yeah,
so
why would
I just
try?
went out there and just, okay,
Like
Did you have that in your head at all? Like the idea that it would be more difficult for an Asian?
For being Asian, no, not necessarily. I think I was chubby all through.
Yeah, that's a
high
big.
school.
Yeah.
That was the thing that was like, oh, I'm chubby. That's why they won't.
It was
like
more
me.
like a physical appearance that wasn't necessarily related
Yes.
to your ethnicity.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And so
See, I was hot. And my only downside was that I was Asian. So I couldn't imagine why people weren't dating me. And then I was like, oh, it's got to be racism.
If anything, when I started like approaching girls, I thought the advantage was the fact that I was Asian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Because you're less threatening.
less threatening in a stereotypical manner.
Yes.
You know?
Did you bow at every girl? It's just
before
a
you
question.
go down on her,
It's
you
just
bow.
a question.
Yeah, I did.
Here's one that I found interesting. The question was, am I racist for not wanting to make new friends that are white? So she talks about
how do you live in America and not make new white friends?
Yeah.
There's so many white people.
So she talks about how she just like moved home from college or wherever the fuck she was, and then she's trying to create a friend group, and she like is trying to avoid white people because she wants to assert her identity more to herself, her Asian identity.
Dude, that's why you should make white friends. So you could be Asian, right? Like to have that kind of contrast.
Oh, you mean like?
hey, I'm the Asian one here. Like I just like, or does it feel? No?
Here, let me
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I think that's very funny, and you might need better white friends if everyone's like, he's Asian. We know nothing else about him.
He has nothing redeeming about himself.
I do, and to be fair, I have the same exact white friends as you. So they're white comics. She says, I've even gone so far to block this white girl who's been actively trying to be friends with me. And it's not because she's mean.
What the hell is wrong with this person?
It's because I'm sick of having to explain my culture to her, and I'm trying to avoid being completely whitewashed. And there's also a lot of talk about being whitewashed on
that's
these
huge.
threads.
Yeah.
Being whitewashed to me in this context means adopting the white girl accent, using the words / slang they use, talking about whatever topics they think / talk about. It's all, you know what's interesting is that I feel like one thing that is missing in her mindset is how blended culture has become because of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah.
Like everyone is I forget what saying it was. Oh, it's giving. You know how like every white 20-year-old girl is saying it's giving?
Yeah.
I mean, that started in black culture.
Did it?
Oh, that expression. Oh,
No, you're just throwing shit out there. I don't think that started in black man.
it's giving.
I'm but a lot of the shit,
I know black people.
Yeah, and it's giving.
and they be giving. No, but a lot of like slang, white slang starts in black culture.
Yeah.
Because it goes from black culture to like gay men to white women.
Yeah.
And so I feel like there's just like everything is so blended that you're not succumbing into to white culture, you're succumbing to American culture.
Yeah, there's a lot here, but American culture is one thing. Blending, I guess, is kind of happening, but I think for forever and ever, there's always going to be things that are white. There are things that are black. There's things that are Asian. These like things, and I think that's what she's kind of talking about. I don't want to go rock climbing every weekend and then go play pickleball and then do this and that. Those are pretty white things. The blend so those are kind of pretty white things, and then there's like this blend. There's some there's small blending with these main white things. So for example, these white activities. If you go to any pickleball court or any rock climbing place, the second most prominent race you see in those places,
Asian women, probably.
Yeah. I just signed up for a pickleball league.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Pickleball's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
dude.
it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
White people are great, man.
Yeah, they got some good ideas.
They're pretty fucking.
Yeah.
They're great at these things. There's already this blend with white and Asian, and then there's kind of this blend with, like, I think maybe the blend with black culture is a little more like Hispanic, like.
Sure.
Know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But I can't make the call on that one. But I do think there's that. I think she's trying to avoid that. I think that stuff is if you're stopping yourself from doing things that you want to do for the optics of how you look as a race, I think that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I think that's ridiculous.
I also think like there are ways to just. I feel like now at 35, I started this. I'm getting more and more into my culture. Mm-hmm. It took me a long time, but I'm doing that with. I mean, you guys. It's you two and Jason Choi are my only Asian friends.
Yeah,
and it's.
Well, it's funny because I don't know if I feel like this is similar with us, but we spent a part of our life running away from Asian culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Going to comedy, which is such a non-Asian thing, and then in a weird way deviated to finding an Asian circle within. We're doing an Asian podcast.
Yeah.
Right now.
Well, I mean, the real reason, honestly, the real reason I started this was because you gotta figure out some fan base.
Yeah.
It's not like Asian.
You're looking for clicks.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm that first bitch in this. But it's not like I'm like Asian culture is something that I really need to like talk about. But it is something that I am growing more interested in. I'm very interested in Asian history and the Asian politics and whatnot.
I'm not. Yeah, I get you.
But it did, like, all of us did run away from being Asian. I'm speaking for Jason, but I'm assuming that
he totally. Yeah, he
did the
he
same
will
thing.
speak the same to that. Yeah.
Yeah, and now we've come back and we're adults and we understand our place in society.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, you and I have a connectiveness because we've ran away from being Asian and then had to be the only Asian guy in a white circle. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why we immediately clicked.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think that there's still a way to like stay in touch with your Asianness amongst white people.
Because we probably, at this age, you start feeling a guilt for almost hating what the thing that you are.
Yeah.
Right? And that's true. There's some part of it where you should, like, you can't not be this. So you got to embrace some level of it, right?
Wait, in college, though, did you not, like, I felt like that for me, like, it was an opportunity, like, oh, there's Asian student groups. And that's when, like, I began to, like, explore it, like, outside of my family.
I thought that my issue with the Asian student groups or, like, the entire, like, diversity student groups was that they stayed to themselves.
I hated the Asian student groups.
And, and I felt like I was not, because I wasn't with them, I was, like, judged by them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You're too, it's a weird fucking thing, just...
Explore that dynamic.
You're too white for Asians, and you're too Asians for whites. In
I think
part
that's
of your life.
like gonna be the like bane of our careers, honestly, as comedians. I've been thinking about. I talk about this shit in therapy all the time. Like, if I'm staying true to myself, I'm probably never gonna have a fan base.
I don't know, man. I think people are waiting to. I think forums like these are showing that there's people that are struggling with what this identity is. I think that's a fan base that will be excited. But there is to also to that point is one of the things I try to really focus on in my comedy is that's why I don't try to do too like Asian material over and over and over or whatever. I focus really on trying to what are things that relate to like us as people as a whole. That's the delusional hope is that there white people, black people, every age, whatever, can relate to what I'm saying when I do it that way.
Well, I mean, I talk about Asian stuff, but it's really just a joke about loneliness or a joke about like unrequited love or something like that.
Yes.
Like Asian is just kind of a way to enter into this conversation.
Well, you know what's like the one joke that appreciate it is funny, but like on a different level is the one that you talk about Filipinos getting crucifified, because that's like a weird. It's you can relate to it because like
can you do the joke? Can you do his joke real quick?
No,
because I don't know what you're talking about, so I do need to hear it real quick.
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not gonna.
Can
do
Garri
his
do
joke
it,
in front
please?
of, no, this is a setup.
Actually, Garri, do it. Garri
I
do
don't
the joke.
remember it that well, but I was just like, oh, that's so interesting because like we're relating to something that is out in pop culture that we didn't know about growing up, and so it's like this weird like other people know about like Filipinos because of this, and I just learned that.
You didn't know about the crucifixions
Well, no,
before?
I knew it before your joke, but like it to me, I'm like, I learned about that in a different way. Like that, like the pop culture sense of who we are as Filipinos is out there, like in a different way. And then it was like, wait, like how do
most people
think
don't
about
know?
I don't think a lot of people.
No, most people don't know about the crucifixions.
They don't. I had like people bring that up to me like. In high school.
What do I not know about the crucifixions?
So in the Philippines, they do crucifixions.
Still?
On Good Friday.
Yeah.
It's
people
like
volunteer themselves to be crucified.
It's about a
Oh
dozen
my
people
God.
every year volunteer to be nailed to a cross. For the 3 hours that Jesus was.
Oh,
on
it's
the
only
cross.
3 hours?
I know Jesus didn't last that long.
No?
Yeah, he could have fought a little bit harder.
Yeah. I mean,
I thought it
he's
was
the
like
son of God. You think
days.
he would have like
No. Well, I mean, it's like in Catholic tradition, it's 3 hours.
I'm guessing the crucifixion they do is a little safer. Like it's like, just through like non-arteries or whatever.
Well, it's through the hands,
Yeah.
and then through the feet. But there's still like stuff that props them up because the issue, crucifixion, is more about like you're nailed to the cross and you're up there so long that your lungs, like your chest starts to cave and your lungs like it becomes hard to breathe.
Yeah. You die of like asphyxiation, just like the
yikes.
loss of blood. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess you're welcome. I don't know how that joke helped you at all.
It just made me think about like, like I knew people who brought
He also
that
didn't
up.
do it when we asked him to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a pretty long joke.
yeah. And it was just like, like Catholics I knew about that, and I was like, you're learning about Filipinos in a different way.
So yeah, and that's the thing. Like for me as a comedian, I talked about this last week. So sorry to our Mr. Salty, who's probably our only listener. I was brought up in comedy in white rooms. There's no such thing as Asian rooms.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I was always trying to blend the lines of like what's minority, what's white.
Yes.
And so my only goal is to get white people to go, there's a Filipino guy that's pretty cool. Or there's a Filipino guy that I relate to.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Because that alone, I think
we're all
is-
trying to do that. We're all trying to say we're an Asian guy that, and then forget this, or we did the Asian stuff. Now forget the Asian stuff. Look, I'm going to talk about all this other stuff now, and look, we're not that different.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of the part of it.
Yeah, and I think that so like I like the crucifixion thing is like here's a little piece of my culture, and I also have an Asian American look at this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you use like Asian stuff to kind of launch into this thing. Hey, see, I'm Asian, so therefore I'm talking about this. But really, here's something you relate to.
Yeah,
After we talk about.
I mean, all of comedy is like if they laugh, they connected with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what I get the Asian stuff over with. I try to at least early in my set, if at all. I go Asian stuff, and then I go, all right, now I'm going to talk about stuff and not even mention the Asian.
Yeah, I mean, I
part.
am fascinated by race, and I love that.
As am I.
I also
Yeah.
think that racism is the most interesting,
Hilarious.
hilarious thing, and life would be so much more boring if there wasn't racism. I think it's taken it a little too far a couple times.
yeah, it's gotten out of hand.
Yeah.
But in this day and age, the conversation about it is very intriguing.
Yes.
And so, like, talking about it is something that I'm very interested in doing and will continue to do on stage.
Yeah.
Throughout my entire career, probably. Yeah. let's get on to another topic. Oh man, we're getting close.
What I wanted to,
what was
bring
that
up real
thing?
quick was that whenever I post something like Asian relate, like I talk about Asians or how I kind of deal with Asians, there's this one guy who hits me up all the time on Instagram, kind of writes an essay about like how this affects Asian culture and how Asian men are kind of affected and stuff like that. And that's always a guy that I always have. I always disagree with, but always good to have his thoughts or opinions.
Can I see one of these?
Yeah, man. Where'd I put my phone? Okay.
But so if you post a joke that is in regards to being Asian,
If I make fun of Asians, like I have a joke about like like Asian stereotypes and whatever, like, and using it to my advantage. If I'm naked, I'll go, "Hey, do you think it's big, or are you a racist?"
yeah,
Right?
yeah, I love that joke.
And he wrote me like a essay about why that's harmful to Asians. And my first kind of gut thing was like, you don't know me, and like, this is how I want to do things. And I still stay true to that. But definitely he has his points to
Sure.
it. And it's a lot of
Wow, those are holy shit. Those are
yeah,
long.
man. He kind of most recently talked about the Joe List stuff.
If you can find his points, that'd be great. I think that.
Wow.
So, and this is a thing that I talked about in therapy today, and something I brought up last week. I didn't have therapy last week, so I used you guys.
Okay.
Which was that like, I just want to be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be held back by my people. Like, white guys can talk about having a little dick. Like, white guys can
Yes.
emasculate themselves.
Yes, exactly.
Why can't I do that?
Yeah, exactly.
And not be responsible for this
For an
entire
entire, for billions of people.
yeah. And I think that's on us, like as men, like we need to be able to see that point of view, that like, hey, I'm not responsible for your penis is not responsible for my penis.
Yeah. My penis would
No,
eat,
that's a
it
great-
would fucking eat your penis.
That's a great point. Is that
It wants
in this
to.
weird way? Is that
It
you're
wants to eat your ass.
by being Asian? Some people think that you have this sudden responsibility to carry on this honorable, almost way of representing the Asian
Yeah.
people, and it puts a lot of pressure that you didn't ask for.
Yeah.
When
Do
you
you-
just want to have fun.
Do you do well at the festivals?
I do well at the festivals. That's not
You
to say
fucking
though.
sellout. You fucking Asian sellout.
No, I've said some
Jealous.
stuff that like
I bomb at a lot of the festivals.
I have a joke about how it was the Asian all the Asian violence is really hard because I had Asian friends being attacked and nothing was happening to me, and I had to pretend like
You cared.
things were much harder. I had to be like, "Oh yeah, me too. It's been really tough."
Do you still do that? Does it still work? Because
It's never not worked.
I've dropped my Asian violence, and well, mine like half the time didn't work just because it is racist in its own way. But it was about how like all these guys were attacking Asians in general
Yeah,
when their anger was directed at China.
Chinese people. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm sure you've heard the joke, which is that. So it's like really important to me that we teach these guys which ones are Chinese.
That's a great joke.
It's a pretty fucking good joke.
It's a great joke. So
but
yeah,
it does. Asians don't like it.
no, man. I've seen you. I think the right rooms will like it the same, man. I think that's another thing. Is I think we as Asians get in our heads about Asian audiences and don't give them a fair chance.
Well, okay,
or
so
like all women audiences. Oh, my joke about women.
I paint not when they're an Asian audience, when it's an Asian festival audience. then it becomes an issue for me.
Yes, because the general thought is like woo 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 Asian.
Yeah,
da, da, da.
they're there to celebrate
They're overly
Asians.
positive.
They're not there
Yeah.
for comedy. They're there to celebrate something, and I am not really a fun celebrate type of comic.
Yeah. You're not the like, oh, I'm gay and white people are evil, and I'm Asian kind of the thing that people are very excited to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Garri. You know you're on probation
Yeah. I'm in a probationary period.
Why?
because we're not sure if we want them.
Yeah.
Did you say something just now?
No, a little.
He called me gay. Okay. What did I I didn't read this one, Garri, but you picked it. Advice on raising a little Asian boy.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. Oh, raising. Okay.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I thought it was
It does sound, yeah.
This will be the last thing we tackle. What do you wish your mom taught you, or what did she teach well? I hope this is okay to post. My sister is likely going to be incarcerated for a long time, and I've been raising her son. Garri, what the hell?
Yeah, I know. This was like, it was wild. Like, I was like, wait a minute. Advice on raising a little Asian boy. I
He's
thought it was like
3
someone
now.
adopted an Asian boy. It was like, what should I? And then like this, it got crazy real quick.
I think a lot of Asian boys get raised to be very timid, or for some reason shamed away from being social. I think that's bad.
I started reading this book called Asian Honor, and it's about exactly that, where a lot of Asian men grow up feeling afraid to open themselves up, to ask for help. Like, and this is, it's a male thing in general, but I think it becomes even more of an Asian thing because there's this constant idea that you're representing your family. And it's actually become an issue in my family because I have jokes about them being illegal, and having been illegal, they aren't anymore, and they are like, well, you're representing us poorly. And I'm like, no one is even looking into me. How the hell are they gonna look into you?
Yeah.
And then I found out that all of my personal info was easily Googleable, and you could find my family. So I spent hours scrubbing the internet.
I also don't think even if they have direct access, anyone's really it's not like ICE is like, well, let me go from your clip to Facebook to whatever that is.
Yeah, and also like their papers are all fixed, so it's all fine. But it's just the fact that they were embarrassed about the issue.
situation.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad my family doesn't care for my comedy. They don't understand English, so none of this will ever come back.
I know. I wish my parents didn't understand English either. It'd be great.
They just don't care about whatever I'm doing right now in New York. So I'm like, oh, they won't find out about like that clip. Like I was like, oh, like they know that I'm on a dating app. Like I felt like my cousins are looking at this from the Philippines. Like they're gonna be embarrassed for me. But I was like, I don't. care.
And I'm trying to like shed that.
Yeah.
And like just get rid of the people are gonna think this way of me because I'm a comedian. I'm just talking silly.
Yeah.
That's all my job is. And the sillier I talk, the better my career goes.
Yeah.
So, curious if there's anything you males wished your mom, aunt, grandma taught you, if there was anything she really, or if there's anything she really did well. Hoppas are also more than welcome to share. We're all full.
Poppers?
Hoppas.
Oh,
That's a halfie.
Yeah.
Hapa.
Hapa. HAPA. Yeah.
HAPA. Half Pacific. No, wait. What's
No,
it
I think you
stand
just
for?
be half Asian and.
What's it stand for? What's Hapa?
I don't know. It's just a word.
It definitely stands for something.
It stands for something. I feel like it might be like a Hawaiian. It originated in Hawaii.
Okay.
For some reason. But I've heard the term used before. Yeah, in this particular thread, or this post.
Yeah, it's Hawaiian.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Okay.
Much of its current usage derives from the phrase hapa haole, meaning half white.
Okay.
Hawaiians are like a whole different breed, completely.
Yeah. They're so proud of their... I mean, they also got raped and shit like that, too.
Yeah.
So...
I mean, I guess. Whatever. No, seriously. Every fucking race. Oh, we get raped and killed. Every fucking race. So every race it has gone through that. Maybe 6 didn't. Maybe 6 of them didn't. So like every time I hear that, I'm like, okay, boo fucking who?
Yeah.
Not you specifically, your family.
You guys didn't really. You guys just raped yourselves.
Japan raped China.
Oh, Japan did. That's right.
Yeah.
Japan really went. They tried to go fucking Nazi on us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't take it personal.
Wait, us like Philippines? Wait, is it? Yeah.
On China or on Asia in general.
Yes.
Okay.
Because they wanted to be. They wanted to create
master.
the empire.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you get any good advice growing up as an Asian?
Oh no.
The good advice came from like work ethic kind of related things. I think one of the best things I probably learned from my dad, even though we don't get along at all, but one of the things is stop complaining and just do it.
Work.
Yeah, do it. And I mean I think that's fucking gold.
Yeah.
So many fucking complainers. If you just stop complaining and do something, like it'll solve most, like 99% of your issues. I truly believe that.
Yeah.
And I feel like Asian advice is more as an example. Like you never hear it like told to me. Like when I think about like comedy or something that I'm doing, like I think about my dad's like pursuit of golf. Like he was very consistent with it.
I didn't expect you to say that.
No.
I thought he was gonna pursue something harder.
Yeah,
just like in terms
I was
of
gonna
like
say something really strife.
No. Just
Pursuing the dream in America.
But he was like consistent with it, and I was like, oh, like my dad never like gave me like advice as much as he was just like example of consistency.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
He's like, work hard and focus on your stroke.
Yeah. He's like, you'd be out here on the golf course, at the driving range.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I don't think I really got anything as an Asian. Like,
I
think
even mean as an Asian. That's where it gets abstract.
that's where yes.
Did your parents just tell you good, like some advice that you?
No,
took
not
along?
really.
No, they never gave you any
I think they gave me like they instilled
values
and morals.
Yeah.
That like not they didn't instill it in the way that like theirs was just like you got to get to heaven.
Yeah.
But then all of those things got to me in some way, and then they just created a person
like a trickle down.
I just want to be a good person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you still Christian?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I do wish today I was talking about in therapy that I wish I had a belief system though, because I feel like I was going through this Confucian shit, and a lot of it was Confucius was the cool thing about him was him saying like you gotta just try to better yourself as a person, no matter what your situation is. It's our role to grow, and I feel like I've stopped doing that. And like I've been trying to grow as a comedian, but I stopped trying to grow as a person.
Yeah.
And I think I also think the fact that I'm stopped trying to grow as a person has negatively affected the comedy.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's the big picture,
feeds in the other.
and then like really like the comedy thing's kind of a subset, right? Ish. What am I?
When you're doing it as hard as me, it's the life, baby.
It's
I don't know. I don't I do need to figure out how to like I've been growing real nihilist about everything. I think like everything's just about capitalism and the dollar, and I it's hard for me to trust anyone in media anymore.
Sure.
So yeah. That's not the tone that I wanted to end the show on.
No. Self-improvement.
Hey, sometimes it gets real.
Sometimes it gets real.
Yeah.
Peter,
Mm-hmm.
you want to throw in some plugs?
Yeah. I don't know when this comes out.
We can put it out on Tuesday.
Oh, okay. That's too fast. But I have my album coming out probably at the end of March.
Okay,
my special.
then we'll hold out actually.
You don't have to hold out.
We have one in the can.
Okay.
So we'll release this right after.
Okay, yeah. At the end of March, my special will be coming out.
What's it called?
We're figuring out the title, but I think it's probably gonna. I don't want to say it yet, but
Is it Peter Wong Ding Dong? I'm just asking a question.
no, it's not.
Whoa. You can take that if you need to.
So yeah, it's gonna be that, and
And follow
That's
you
it.
on
at
everything.
Peter Wong Comedy,
Yep.
and I'm gonna be in a movie this year
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
called Ick, 2024,
Yeah.
with Brandon Routh and Melina Weissman. Sorry.
I don't know who these people are. Are
Was
they?
he
They're cool.
Batman? Or no, Superman? And Wolverine?
Yeah, Superman.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And,
And Mina Suvari. So yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man.
I remember her.
I'm Mina Suvari's husband, and in high school I stole Mina Suvari from Brandon Routh's character,
Oh.
and then later on.
Do you have
fuck,
acting chops?
I'm okay. I'm all right.
How'd you
know?
get this?
The director found me through my the sketches that I made.
Oh,
So-
okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Congrats, dude.
Thanks, man. But
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good old
It's
old
good to
time.
hear. Like, there's a part of me that's jealous of how well things are going for you. But I'm happy that like a funny guy is getting access to
Oh, thank you.
the next level.
Wait, when is this coming out?
It's looking like spring 2024.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Oh,
this year,
soon.
spring or summer.
Follow Garri at Garcom.
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 Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Secret Sauce Comedy NYC is back. Yeah, we had a 2-week hiatus, so we'll be back this
every
Sunday.
Sunday.
Every Sunday.
At Beauty Bar.
Yes.
Who's on it this Sunday? Can I hop on?
No, not this. We're full. Well,
Damn it.
you want to host?
Let's talk off.
can't
Don't
wait to
forget
do the show.
to like,
Yeah.
subscribe, follow my page, Wilfred Padua, on YouTube. That's where you'll find more of these podcasts and the clips. And then we're on Apple now. We're finally on Apple.
Figured it out. That's great.
We're on
Yeah.
Spotify. We're everywhere. Subscribe on everything because that'll really help us out.
Yeah.
Also, leave a review. Okay?